for Social Entrepreneurship in Asia and Co-Convenor of our conference, Still Asia. Tony?
Thank you, Lisa. It's going to be very short since we've had 2 long days and we still have a day. Tomorrow we will listen. But again, good afternoon to all of you. I'm actually happy because I have to go to the airport right away for a 9 o'clock flight, and it looks like I'll be able to take a shower in the airport. Going for a 2-continent trip all the way to Lima, Peru. As I told you yesterday, we're also at the eve of the climate change negotiations, the ultimate conference before the Paris conference next year. And I'm actually quite happy that I'm leaving the Philippines with this experience as the one that I'm carrying. I was telling Ron earlier, sharing that parang hindi ata nagde-debate, nobody's debating, nobody's contesting things. People are of the same mind. I mean, because I'll be there in Lima for 3 weeks, unbelievable. Actually, it's the longest I've ever been. But I had to go a week before just to be able to start negotiations early to try to really make this work. And I know there'll be a lot of disputes there. If only we could all bring you all there to Lima, Peru, and we can all have the SE revolution in the climate change negotiations to address some of the issues, certainly the finance and development issues related to climate change and to disaster. But again, I would like just to thank again our co-conveners for this conference. So of course, ISEA, Oxfam Foundation for Sustainable Society Incorporated, Philippine Business for Social Progress, Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement, Philippine Social Enterprise Network, World Fair Trade Organization Asia, Foundation for Disabled Persons Incorporated, the Ateneo School Government, my own institution, Human Nature, and our partners here, the Peace and Equity Foundation, Rappler, and SMART. Without all of you, without all of these organizations, and without all your participants, we wouldn't have been able to do this conference. I think the most important point now is what are our takeaways. I mean, what do we bring back to our offices, our organizations, our places, our countries from this conference? I mean, I think it's quite obvious from the reports. There's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. One could actually feel that energy even in the reporting. And I think the challenge is to sustain that over the next years to really make our approach to development successful in achieving its goals. I was also whispering to Lisa a few minutes ago how much our community, our SE community, has grown. I mean, not just in the Philippines, but in Asia over the last 10 years. When I came back myself 8 years ago, and then Lisa and I started talking. Lisa and I know each other for many years, especially in the world of politics. It's just that when I came back 8 years ago, I found out Lisa was the guru on social entrepreneurship here in AEM, and we went to see her, and we started talking about collaborating. And at that time, you know, we had to explain to many people what social entrepreneurship was, what social enterprise was. Nowadays, it's the buzzword. Sometimes it's misunderstood. It's not what we actually mean, how people understood it. But at least it's nobody else. What's that? And so I think we've grown, certainly in terms of consciousness. I think the next stage actually is to try to scale it up. I mean, in the Philippines, as I said, one focus of the effort to scale up is the present bill that we hope to enact in the next 6 months. That should be our goal, or certainly by June 2015, because after that it will be difficult to enact further other laws, since election season would have been begun in the Philippines. The third point I'd like to share and close this conference is a theme of hope. I mean, I think more than anything, what we bring with us in the work that we do, in the advocacy that we take, is a positive view of what's happening around us. I think no one is naive here to think that that poverty, for example, will be solved very soon, or that disaster will be able to overcome the challenges and the risks of disaster very soon. But what I think we're confident with is that the approach that we have is an approach that encourages innovation. It's an approach that encourages partnership and reaching out. And in that sense, I think we have a sense that we can actually make this work. I mean, I have to say that that is the sense that I have listening to you this afternoon. So thank you. I don't think it's goodbye yet for most of you, since we still have the symposium and then the field trips. But it's been a really good 2 days for our theme of advocacy and leverage, for our advocacy and leveraging confidence. I mean, and looking at this in the overall context that we have been discussing it in 2015. Thank you and good afternoon.